Alright fam, welcome back to the channel guys, it's your boy ashennk itself, and welcome to our very first platinum journey if it comes to Demons Souls Remake itself. And for those who do not know me or have never chilled with me on Twitch itself, my name is ashennk itself, and I'm a Twitch streamer itself and a Souls veteran. You can always catch me if it comes to my live streams on Twitch every single day at 1800 itself. For those who are new to the Souls games and looking for a guide that would 1000% help you in your endeavor and finishing your very first Souls game, it is 100% the guide for you. So for those who are wondering what is my curriculum, itself is very simple. As a Souls veteran itself, I already platinumized this entire game itself, not only Demons Souls, but also Demons Souls Remake itself. In addition to that as well, Bloodborne, we are platinumized as well. The base game, and of course a little bit more, one achievement I need to have if it comes to having the 100% achievement for Bloodborne for DLC and the base game itself. For Elden Ring is similar itself, we platinumized this game 100% if it comes to the PS5 version as well the PC version itself. So if it comes to my and the rest of the Souls game, I already finished more than once itself, so my curriculum if it comes to the Souls game itself is very much steep as a Souls veteran itself. So I can guarantee you I will give you 1000% the best guide you will find on the internet itself. So no further ado, let's hit it. Now for our starting class, we're gonna choose of course between a male and a female character. And just to include the ladies among ourselves itself, we're gonna pick of course a female based character. As the name itself, we are of course ashennk itself, and because we're willing to help everybody find me easier on Twitch itself, it's of course ashennk. It's written exactly the same way. For the classes itself, now it's very important that you understand all the differential form of classes right here, because this is a common thing that will come during the entire journey within the Souls family itself and the Souls universe itself. And in this case, every single Souls game you have different classes, and every single class does something differently. Besides, of course, Sekiro itself, that is a unique title of its own. Every single class itself, one class does one thing better if it comes to the starting of the game itself. But eventually, at the end of the game, depends on the playstyle you are going through, the stats you have right now will be 100% changed itself. But there's a few things you still need to understand about these classes itself. You have classes are known within the communities of as quality-based class, like the knights. You have classes that are known as strength classes, like the barbarian itself. You have the magicians for magic users, and the royalty for magic users, and of course for paladin playstyles, you go for the temple knight and the priest itself. So why is all this important? The generic class you need to understand. The rest of the classes fluctuate themselves between dexterity and strength itself, and generally, okay. It's important that you understand this basic knowledge itself. Now, what is a quality-based class? A quality-based class is every single class where his stats allocation is spread himself as equal as possible between strength and dexterity itself. The knight is one of those classes itself that falls under the category of as a quality-based class. This is a common theme you will find in Dark Souls series itself and in Elden Ring itself, equal as well to Bloodborne. The magician class is a generic mage class. You can see in the stats allocation he has 15 points infinite magic itself. That means he has a proficiency in using magic much early on to the game itself, for those who want to go for pure mages into the game itself. The barbarian itself is a generic form of a strength class. Within the Souls family we call it the Unga Bunga playstyles. We want to go for big weapons, big, strong, guts-looking type of a berserker weapons. This is the majority of the playstyle you're going to need to go for. Then you have, of course, you have our Temple Knight, for those who want to cosplay or play in the direction of a form of a paladin, a priest, or a Temple Knight, everything in the direction itself. This is the playstyle and, of course, the class to take. But I do need to tell you that as if it comes to Demons Souls itself, the faith build, the faith playstyle is on one side and powerful playstyle itself, but it's not as equally as powerful as his siblings games itself. And Elden Ring faith is extremely powerful, and in Demons Souls not so much. Are you viable to play into the game itself? 100%. Every single class is strong. It depends on your own player capacity and of course your capacity to learn your surrounding a little bit easier. But there are other classes a lot easier who does more damage based on their proficiency itself. Unfortunately, Fate doesn't have that big damage output if it comes to their specific proficiency that is Fate itself. But if you want to have a class that has like a strong healing, healing over time, that's majority the playstyle you need to go. Or you just want to cosplay yourself as a form of a paladin playstyles in that direction itself. Or even if you want to go strength, you can use this class as well. The royalty class is very much a magic based class itself, but as a magic based class has a little more flexibility compared to the pure magician itself, because how it's spread himself between faith, magic and dexterity itself brings this a little bit more an all-rounder compared to the magician itself. The best classes for you to pick if you're starting player is the knights, the magician and the royalty itself. These are the best classes itself. If you want to say to yourself, I don't want to follow a guide, I want to go in for myself 100%, these are the 3 classes itself. Especially if it comes to the knight itself. The knight is a quality based class, like I said before, and a quality based class will allow you to be able to wield a variety form of weapons itself and end game aspect itself, because the weapons scale themselves between strength and dexterity, and because you are leveling strength and dexterity equal with one another, you're going to have a spectrum of weapon itself you will be able to choose early on and later on into the game itself. That is extremely important itself, so it gives you a little flexibility to do whatever you want. That's so important. Besides that, the magician of course, because you can gank from afar, and the royalty is the same thing as well. The royalty is a little bit better than the magician itself because of the spell he has very early on to the game itself. That is of course the soul arrow. The soul arrow is a unique ability and a unique class itself that when you use it and you cast it, it of course pierces your enemy itself. That is extremely powerful and extremely strong itself, right? So they give you a little bit of flexibility to work at range as well at the same time. Additional to that, of course, comes to between the priest and of course the temple knight. And if you want to go for the paladin playstyle, I'll advise you to take the temple knight. Much stronger based class if it comes to armor set itself, and of course his allocation if it comes to strength itself. You can go for like a strength faith type of a build playstyle itself. Okay, all understood? Right. Now for us, for our journey itself, because I want you guys to have a spectrum of weapons itself you can choose and really adapt yourself into the game itself however you see fit, and at the same time having easy mode as well. So we're gonna go for the knight itself. Additional to that, we're gonna take the province ring itself, because this is gonna allow us to have more item discovery early on to the game itself, and because all of this you will find in abundance during our journey itself. You can choose the walking style if you want. It's just style 1. You can choose which style you want from armor sets. I always like to choose this one here because yeah, it's just the cooler version and the most aesthetic one if it comes to the class itself. The appearance itself, we are going to go of course if you go sorry, my bad. If you go for foundation style, yeah, this is the female version of the armor set, and this of course the male version of the armor set. So if you still want to switch, you see the difference of the 2 armor sets, because we're going for female like we said, for includes the ladies among ourselves. I'm gonna stick on the base one. We're gonna find the other armor set during the game as well, do not worry, we're gonna find the other one in the game itself. So we're gonna pick this. We're not gonna go too much into the details itself. We're gonna I'll allow you to really customize your character however you see fit, because you can really go into details in Demons Souls itself. Like I'm really into details. I'm gonna try to make her as beautiful as humanly possible. Maybe change the face a little bit, give a little bit of a beautiful wider face. maybe a little bit smaller forehead. Make it at least half decent. Now I think I'm gonna take with I think number 3 is not half bad to see at least. For the rest, you can change the eyes as well. A little bit wider eyes. Give a little bit more brighter eyes. Structure. Brighten the bad boy up. Beautiful. Stunning. Really stunning. It's good to go. Let's go. Also take your time.
King Allant the 12th, by
Really
channeling
your
the
best
power
character.
of souls, brought unprecedented prosperity to his northern kingdom of Boletaria. That is, until the colorless deep fog swept across the land. Boletaria was cut off from the outside world, and those who dared penetrate the deep fog never returned. But Valifax of the Royal Twin Fangs broke free from the fog and told the world of Boletaria's plight. That the old King Allant had roused the Old One, the great beast below the Nexus, from its eternal slumber, and that a colorless fog had swept in, unleashing terrible demons. The demons hunt down men and claim their souls. Those who lose their souls lose also their minds. The mad attack the sane and chaos reigns. Valifax also spoke of the enticing power of the demon souls. Each time a demon claims a human soul, the demon's own soul is invigorated by the life force, and the power of a mature demon soul is beyond human imagination. The legend spread quickly. Mighty warriors lured by the possibilities braved the fissure to breach the accursed land, but none have returned. Bjor of the Twin Fangs, Yurt the Silent Chief, Saint Urbane, Skirva the Wanderer, the sixth Saint Astraea with her night Garl Vinland, and Sage Frake the Visionary. The colorless deep fog slowly creeps beyond Boletaria's borders. Humankind faces a slow and steady extinction. The deep fog will eventually swallow all lands near and far. But Boletaria has one final hope. A lone warrior who has braved the baneful fog. Ah, has the land found its savior? Or have the demons found a new slave?
I know, an absolutely awesome story. Now, of course, we're gonna go through the Nexus itself, because I'm gonna teach you how to defeat the first boss.
Brave soul who fears not death. I shall guide you to the fissure. So that you may lull the Old One back to slumber.
Now, once you arrive here for the first time itself, you're gonna find these messages here quite often on the ground itself. Now, in the tutorial, of course, there's an indication of what you can do with the equipment and, of course, the button push that you have. Within the actual game itself, These messages will be laid down by other players itself. Some of them are going to be messages that can help you, and other one not so much. Of course, you can lay down your own message by pressing the action button of your PlayStation controller itself, the middle button, and go of course to the message aspects. You can lay a message yourself down. Don't forget, R1 is for light attack, R2 is for heavy attack, L1 is blocking, and L2 is for parry. The bigger the shield, the harder you parry. The smaller your shield, the shorter your parry window is, and the easier it becomes for you to learn how to parry as well. Once you master parry itself, you will become extremely deadly within the Souls games itself. And when I mean extremely deadly, I mean like extremely deadly. So master this technique, because this will help you in your entire Souls journey. It's one of those ridiculous animations into the game itself that what we're doing right now, it's called fat rolling. Now if you look at your stats allocation itself and you see of course into your equipment load, you can see we're on 89% if it comes to equipment itself. Every single thing that you have on you is part of an overall stats of equipment itself. So we're gonna take off of course the mail bucker, and you can see it's gonna drop a little bit. If we take out the helmet, it's gonna drop a little bit more. If we take off the armor piece, we're gonna drop below the 50%. If you drop below the 50% itself, you're gonna see your movement skill is gonna be a little bit more fluenter compared you had before. Now it's very important if you want to learn how to dodge more fluently that your equipment load is below the 50% itself. We are going to give you access towards a ring that will help you and bring your equipment load all the way beneath the 50% a little bit easier. To use of course ledges, you press forward and triangle. You can use ledges like this. Just be careful. You can also do visual attack if you stand behind them. And you can also do backstabbing attack exactly like that. So multiple ways for you to execute your enemies in a very easy manner. When I mean like a very easy manner, a very easy manner. So literally just take your time and learning the mechanics in a proper way. By pressing triangle, you dual wielding your weapon, and the strength of your weapon will be increased by 1.6. This becomes very important if it comes to you being able to equip a certain form of weapon itself. Later on into the game itself, we will find weapons which we are not have the proficiency to equip it, not directly yet, maybe in dexterity aspect, but not in strength aspect. But dual wielding it, it will give us that proficiency to be able to equip it a little bit easier. And by dual wielding itself, our attack power is increased by 1.6 itself, by dual wielding and weapon itself. So the choice is going to be yours if you want to have more damage output with your sword, or if you want to keep using a shield if it comes to defending yourself properly. I also test it a little bit and see how you move forward. But in the build playstyle we are gonna go, I'm gonna give you a battle mage playstyle, which gonna give you the proficiency to play every single realm you want into the game itself, strength and magic itself. So we're gonna have Path of Beaufort, and like I said, the absolutely the easiest guide you will find into the itself. There we go. Now, on the next boss itself is actually quite simple. To be able to deal with this boss, it's very important that you be able to stay behind him at all time. And that's it. You smack his booty and you stay behind him at all time. The area that you fight is very much on a low side. So you stay behind him. Stay behind his booty. And stay away from his swing at all. And keep smacking his booty. Do make sure if you're coming here, of course, that your equipment load is below the 50%, so you have an easier time in dodging, of course. Here's my booty. Don't be too hasty in your attack, because in this game, being greedy, you will get punished. Don't be too greedy. Learn. Like I said, sometimes the movement skill works not efficiently. It's a weird animation that this game sometimes has. Make sure he's away from there. Just stay away from the walls. He's really in a bad position here. Bring him back in the middle. Go. The difficult part is the arena itself, that he can get him stuck in these corners here. Just need to be safe and to bring him back to the middle. There we go. There we go, you got yourself the Vanguard Demon Souls. You're welcome. We can, wait 1 second, we can first go down. No. Get yourself the Grey Demon Soul. If you watch the tutorial itself, the beginning entrance is actually the very first boss. If you see any cinematic cutscene, you will be dealing with him much later on. So do not worry about his screeching too much. What is about to happen here is meant to happen, no matter what you do. Let's take the time. And then taking all these loots here. These are free healing equipments that we need. Take this. And the moment you approach, I took everything, I just approach.
Soul of the lost withdrawn from its vessel. Let strength be granted so the world might be mended. Soul of the lost withdrawn from its vessel. Let strength be granted so the world might be mended. So the world might be mended. This is the Nexus. It holds together the northern land of Boletaria. Thou canst not quit the Nexus, but the 5 archstones will guide thee to the outer lands.
Here we go. Welcome to the Nexus, fam. Now here's a very much important. We can of course talk and come to this first NPC.
Well, you slipped through the fissure too, did you? You came for Demons Souls? Or to save this land and be remembered as a hero? Hunting for demons? Try one of the archstones. Now go. That is why you came, is it not? To this accursed Boletaria.
Boletaria. Now, you need to remember one thing if it comes to Demon Soul itself. These archstones are different type of worlds that we are eventually going to adventure ourselves towards to. Right? This game has something very uniquely. It's columns of the world tendencies itself. I will come back that very shortly itself. If you go to this tendency itself, you're gonna see everything is a little bit grayish. Every single good deed that you do in a certain world, that world tendency is gonna go to the positive light, the golden light, and every single bad deed you will do will bring that tendency a little bit more to the darker side, to the red light itself. That is extremely important if it comes to the difficulty level within that world you're going to be playing at. I'm gonna leave it to that, because we're going to be coming back to that a little bit later on, even in that. But just remember that is extremely important if it comes to this game itself, and of course how the mechanic of the game truly works itself. Now first thing first, we go to the very first world itself. Now the very first part, here we go. Welcome to gate 1-1. Now we're going to be referring to the gate to a specific type of a number itself, to allow us to not allow you to know where exactly we are. We are right now at gate 1-1 itself, and we're going to continue on the next episode exactly right here on 1-1 itself, because this is going to lead us of course towards a new boss itself. Now, I like to keep my tutorial around the 30-minute marks just to keep the engagement and of course your attention span as high as humanly possible, because I have a lot of stuff I want to explain to you. So I will leave that if it comes to the next episode, which are we going to clear this entire zone with an absolute ease itself. But in the meantime, if you do like this content, don't forget to like, comment, and of course subscribe to the channel itself so you don't miss out on the next episode itself. I'm your host, the ashennk itself, and welcome to my gaming channel itself. And as usual, you can always find me on Twitch itself under the name ashennk itself. I stream every single day around 18 hours, so come and say hi, don't be shy. Catch you guys on the next one. Peace.